What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're interacting to the 4th episode of Higehiro. This one's titled Part-Time Job. Okay, so, last episode was very, very interesting. And also brilliantly done, in my opinion, based on how they utilized what would be considered fan service to actually kind of underline their point even further as to how they should be feeling. And I think with that, they kind of very much solidified how... yes, they're not seeing each other as a couple at all. And Yoshida is really like, I'm taking care of you and helping you out, you're helping me out, we're both improving each other's lives, let's just leave it at that. And it was a nice moment between those two to finally get that settled out. We also met, properly met Yuzuha, and could see that she very much is into him. Whether he's going to be into her or not very much depends on how he deals with Goto, who is a very interesting character who I'd love to learn more of. Because I don't have a read on what her game is yet. Like, I don't understand why. Because I don't believe she has a boyfriend of 5 years. I don't believe that for a fact at all. I think she's just playing with him in a way, but I don't quite know to what end. I don't know if she just craves the attention or what. But I can't get a read on her. I really can't. Yuzuha obviously really likes him, and I think eventually he will start to like her, potentially. I don't know how committed a romance will show up in this eventually. I imagine he'll probably get into Yuzuha eventually. Sayu now, I guess with part-time job, is going to start working. I mean, she said last time how she was getting kind of bored at home. So now she has something to do. She can take on some shifts, earn a little bit of money for herself, buy some things for herself, like really get herself more established in the world and like start to solidify herself, which would be nice. Yeah, just start to really take a few steps to start improving her life and returning to a sense of normality, which would be nice. Interestingly, since this whole situation of taking in a minor who's run away from home, it's kind of interesting how Weathering With You, the movie we watched yesterday, actually had some similar themes of that. And you can see how badly it can go if missing persons reports start getting filed and things like that. So I wonder if they're going to use that drama later on in the series. Like, the parents finally say, hey, where's our daughter? I wonder if we'll ever get to that point, or if they really have abandoned her as much as she said. Kind of interesting to see what they do with that aspect of the story, if it'll come up at all or anything. But yeah, this time focusing on getting her part-time job and seeing what's going to happen here. I assume this is where we meet one of the side characters that we've seen in the OP and such. But I guess we'll have to wait and see which one it is, or if any. I assume it is, because the Crunchyroll thumbnail seems to show one of them, so I guess they're going to be our senpai at work, probably. So, going to be interesting, but I'm loving this show. I really like how... we've got two shows with similar premises. 27-year-old guy meets 17-year-old high schooler, and they start... and their connections to each other. One went the romantic comedy route, one went the serious and like character building and life development route, and I really quite like how we got both in the same season. It's kind of like interesting to see how you can take a similar idea at its core but go in two completely different directions. That's why I love storytelling. Anyway, with all that said, we're going to load the episode up. So as per usual, these are time-based format actions here on YouTube. If you want to see the full picture, you go to my Patreon down in the description below. £4 a month gets you access to all picture actions on the channel, which is everything from the current seasonal lineup, as well as Patreon request shows such as World Trigger, Symphogeji, and Lock Horizon. We also have movie reactions. I mentioned Weathering With You just a minute ago. That's available on both YouTube for timer format and Patreon for the full picture-in-picture. It's on Mega.nz instead of Pixel Drain because of certain issues I've been having, so I would recommend downloading instead of streaming it, just FYI. It is a big file though, so be mindful of that. But yeah, here on YouTube, we do time based. So bottom left of the screen, you'll see a time for the episode. I count down 3, 2, 1, play. Then on play, start the episode. I start the episode, and we should be in sync. We are watching this one on Crunchyroll as per usual, since they are the ones who licensed it. We have no logos or anything. We're just going to go straight to the episode. Looks like we're looking at the outside of their apartment right now. You can use screen flash on my face, the mic, or this part of my headset to tell when the scene is transitioning. That should help you sync it up as well. And with all that said, let's get into this week's episode, shall we? In 3, 2, 1, play. Okay. Size on us. Size on their own, okay. You can still do both. Yes. Okay. Yep, comedy. Always a good choice. Hmm. Chance to interact with people other than him. OP time. I really can't get a read on Goto at all. Alright. Castle? That's a new one. Mm-hmm. Alright. That would be hard to explain. Oh boy. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Like a brother, yeah. Just a bit. Okay. Already establishing yourself as best friend role. I must vet every person you interact with. Uh. uh. Well, yeah. It's a bit more complicated than that. Yes. Sure. Can't get a read on her at all on what's going on with her. It's not that old, come on. All based on just seeing him for the first time. Wow. Wow. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Totally suspect. uh, yep. Okay. I don't know. I can't keep up with her. Apparently. Sure. Hmm. Hmm. She gonna grill him for more information? I think she knows it's all a lie, but I don't think she believes it for a second. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm. After 6 months, maybe. Mm. But not too often. Mm-hmm. Mm. She really is, yes. Mm. Hmm. Oh boy. Why is she inviting us out again? Yep. Mm-hmm. Back here again. Like, Jesus Christ. Sure. Right. That's still technically true. That's more her than him. That wasn't her. There is, but why does it concern you? Yeah. But again, why does it concern you? Right, there we go. Why do you care so much? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh boy, here we go. Yeah, no, I don't believe that. I can't get a read on her. I think she's doing it for attention, but I can't tell. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Keep the voice down. Of course it was. Yeah? Uh-huh. But now that... But now that he's spending his attention elsewhere, you think it is now time. I don't trust her. I don't trust that. Hmm. Hmm. Wow. Just straight to that, huh? You went a bit too far, maybe. I don't know if I believe that either. I don't believe anything she says at the moment. Once a liar, always a liar, almost. I don't think he cares. Right. Hmm. Oh, I don't know with her. I really don't. Yeah, it's not nice when you're lied to, is it? I don't know. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Sure. Right. Yeah. 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 That's more complicated. Mm-hmm. So you're eating alone again. Hmm. Oh. Oh. Oh shit. Okay. We are gonna. I mean, I wanted to see more of her backstory, but now I don't know how Yeah, you know. Oh. Oh. Okay. Interesting. I don't think so. Okay. You're not being abandoned. Just laying on the truth. Okay. Oh, Goto-san, I cannot get a read on her. I don't know with her anymore. I really don't. It's just all too convenient timing. You know? Lies about it, plays with your feelings, and then all of a sudden wants you as soon as you start showing interest elsewhere? I can't trust it. I just can't. I But it's really well done in how I can't trust it, because it's not like, oh, she's a bitch, and like very immediately obvious. They're leaving it ambiguous enough where you can't really make a snap judgment. You could make a judgment and say, okay, she's just stringing you along, but then realize how much that actually is hurting her. Or you could believe her and realize how you've fallen for a trap. You can't quite tell for certain. And I love that. I assume next episode is going to have a big impact on what it actually ends up being. I'm hoping next episode at least will give a bit more of a clear idea of what's going on with her. If we have just 5 minutes from her perspective and her in a monologue, I think the penny will drop immediately. Okay, next time. Reality. Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, let's focus on the positives of the episode first. Sayu has her first friend and has already established herself as best friend material. But yeah, that's going to be an interesting interaction next week, isn't it? Bringing Goto home to see Sayu. I can't get a read on her. I just can't. I don't trust her. Like my natural instinct says, don't get over this fascination with her and move on. Like, that's what my mind would be saying. If you've been dumped after being fascinated with her for so long and she says no and rejects you, I think move on from that point. That's what my natural instinct says. Try and forget, move on. It's going to take a while, because if you're fascinated with someone for that long, it's incredibly hard to be able to move on. I know that through personal experience as well. It's hard to move on from someone you've been connected with for so long. I've been fairly lucky that most of my relationships have been longer than... They haven't been just like, oh, a couple of weeks or something like that. No, most of them have been in the years category. Most of them. One of them wasn't. One of them was very, very short, which I still have regrets to this day. And that's the thing with relationships. You always have regrets. Like, every relationship I've had, except for one, I have regrets on. There's one relationship I think ended pretty much as it should have done, and I don't think there's one relationship I think I wouldn't touch ever again. Like, if you get the chance to like redo your life or whatever, it's like you can pick a point in your life to go back to with all the knowledge and everything you have now. Like, would you go back? I think every other relationship I would have things I would change. Especially the first one, especially my most recent one. Like, there are things I would change about pretty much all of them, except that one. So, with all that experience in mind, I don't trust her. I think it's better to try and break away. I think try and break away, be patient with Yuzuha, because I feel like just rebounding straight into a relationship after being rejected like that, I think that's a bad idea as well. Coming off rejection, I think you need to clear your mind and reestablish yourself first before starting to think about dating anyone else. And that applies to both being rejected and coming out of a breakup. I think immediately coming out of a breakup and then trying to go with someone else, I think that's a bad idea as well. Because you're not really settled in your mental state and it can make problems for you down the road. But I think if I was in Yoshida's position, try and break away from Goto and try and forget her as much as possible, which is hard when you're working with her most days, so it's like you see her at work almost daily, so it kind of obviously gets hard to try and forget, but just to push it to the back of your mind and make it less and less important to you, and then spend more time with Yuzuha, because she seems to really be after you, and try and spend some more time and just see how things work out. If it works for you, if it doesn't work for you, then you can make your decision then. But I think Goto is bad news. I don't trust her. I really don't. Like, I didn't believe her about the boyfriend thing to begin with anyway. And she admitted that was a lie. Is she a virgin? It depends how they're going to play the story. Like, are they going to play this as she is just playing around with him specifically, or she's just playing around with a group of guys wherever she goes? Like, it depends on what type of character she is. Because she could be just the type that has, like, multiple guys on the go at any one point. Who knows? I really can't get a read on what type of character she is in that sense, but I don't trust her. I just don't trust her. I really don't. So I'm hoping next episode might start to put a bit more light on her, but I guess we'll see. But anyway, that's going to do it for you guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the one as per usual. Leave a like if you did, as well as your comments what you thought of the episode. Don't forget to hit subscribe as well to see next week's episode, as well as the rest of the Spring 2021 lineup you can find here on the channel. Thank you for watching. Until next time, see you guys later.